When does a pile of sand become a heap? When does blue become green? And when does a guy with some hair become bald? You'd probably say there's no exact line. It's vague, right? Well, what if I told you one of the world's most brilliant living philosophers thinks you're wrong? He argues there is an exact, precise number of hairs, a single grain of sand that marks the line. We just can't ever know where it is. This is the world of Timothy Williamson, a professor at Oxford and a total rock star of modern philosophy. And his ideas don't just challenge your common sense, they might change how you think about the single most important tool you have, your own knowledge. Part 1. The Bald Man Paradox. 1. A man with 0 hairs is bald. 2. If you add 1 hair to a bald man, he's still bald. 3. If you keep doing that, you can never get to not bald. Which is crazy. We know a man with 100,000 hairs isn't bald. So where did we go wrong? Most philosophers try to wiggle out of this. They say the word bald is vague, or it's a social construct, or it's sort of true. Williamson? He cuts right through it. He says, nope, the logic is fine. The problem isn't the word bald. The problem is us.
Wait. So he actually thinks there's a guy out there with like 15,000 hairs who is bald, but if he grows one more, 15,001, he's suddenly not bald? That's absurd.
It sounds absurd, but his argument is powerful. He calls it epistematicism. It's the idea that the boundary exists, but it is unknowable to us. Our minds are just too blunt. We can't tell the difference between 15,000 hairs and 15,001, so we have a margin for error. Because we can't be sure, we can't know. The line is hidden from us by the very limits of our perception. And that word, know, is the key to everything. Part 2. He flipped philosophy upside down. For 2,400 years, ever since Plato, philosophy has had one basic project, trying to answer the question, what is knowledge? The classic answer was justified true belief. You have to believe it, it has to be true, and you need a good reason, justification. But this formula is a complete disaster. Philosophers, especially one named Gettier, found endless examples where you could have all three and still not know anything.
Like, I see a sheep in a field. I believe it's there, I'm justified, I see it, and it's true. It's a sheep. So I have knowledge, right?
Right. But what if it wasn't a sheep? What if it was just a big woolly dog, and hiding behind it where you couldn't see there was a real sheep? Think about it. Your belief, there's a sheep in the field, is true. And it's justified. You're looking right at the dog. But you don't know there's a sheep there. You just got lucky. For 50 years, philosophers have been trying to patch this formula, justified true belief, plus that's not a dog, plus no weird luck. Timothy Williamson comes in, looks at this 2,400-year-old mess and says, nope, you're doing it all wrong. He argues that knowledge isn't a result you get by mixing other ingredients. Knowledge is the starting point. It's the ingredient. Knowledge is a fundamental, basic state of mind, like desire or fear. You can't break knowing down into smaller parts, any more than you can break the color red down for someone who's never seen it. You're either in the state of knowing or you're not. Part 3. So what? Why this matters. So why should you care? Because this changes everything about how we argue and think.
Okay, so if knowledge is the starting point, what's belief?
Exactly. Williamson would say that believing something is just treating it as if you know it. It's a botched attempt at knowledge. This is a huge shift.
It means that when you're in an argument, the goal isn't just to have a justified belief. The goal is to have knowledge. And your evidence? Williamson says your evidence is simple. Your evidence is everything you know. If you don't know it, you can't use it as evidence. Period. This makes our standards for truth way higher. It's a call for intellectual responsibility. It's not just about feeling right. It's about being right in a way that is stable and unshakable. Conclusion. Timothy Williamson's philosophy is tough, it's counterintuitive, and it's not very comforting. He gives us a world of sharp lines we can't see and a definition of knowledge that we can't analyze, we just have to attain it. He forces us to ask, do I just believe this, or do I actually know it? And if I don't know it, why am I so sure? So, I have to ask you, what do you think? Is bald a vague idea, or is there a single unknowable hair that changes everything? And what about knowledge? Is it a special mix of belief and truth, or is it its own powerful fundamental thing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.